Hey guys, what's up? It's me. I'm back again. It's Sunday night, May 20, yeah, right, May 9th, 2010. Yeah. So just talking about a couple of things, I guess. First thing, obviously, as everyone seems to be talking about, TNA is going back to Thursdays. I think that's smart. While I also think that they shouldn't have left, really. I guess. They're going back to Thursdays, and they're not going to have any more live shows for the time being. They're just going to be tape shows. I mean, they're going to get better ratings because, people were watching the TNA, the Impact replays more than they were watching the live shows. So, in that sense, this will definitely help. But then again, they shouldn't have moved in the first place. So, we're back kind of to where we started. You gotta wonder how long Hogan's gonna be around. I mean, he wanted to compete with Vince, and now with Bubba Love Sponge getting fired, thankfully, and the show moving back to Thursdays, it almost seems like a decline in a sense. Who knows? Interesting to note also, I think, is that they should get more pay-per-views out on the road. Slammiversary 8, they're numbering it now, which kind of makes it seem more important, even though it's probably not. Slammiversary 8 is going to be at the Impact Zone, and we need to get more pay-per-views on the road. At least Slammiversary, Lockdown, obviously, Bound for Glory, obviously, Against All Odds, why not, Hard Justice was in Jersey, like 2 or 3 years ago. We could definitely get more pay-per-views out on the road. I know, how many people are going to pay to come see them live at a pay-per-view. I think, enough. Lockdown only had about 3,000 paying, we think, audience attendees, but, who knows? It depends on the market and where you go, but I think with small arenas, it would definitely help, The house shows are doing okay from what I hear. Also, I got a question. I did not know this. When I was watching SmackDown last week, or is it now 2 weeks ago, when Christian had the promo with Edge, and Christian was like, Edge, we've known each other since the 6th grade. Aren't they supposed to be brothers? Or is that, not true anymore? Did they kind of say, we're not brothers, did they get rid of that? And I asked my friend that, and he said, well, yeah, but they also used to be vampires. And maybe they still are vampires. We don't know what, happens when they go home. I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe Gangrel's, chilling out outside their houses, homes, I don't know, whatever. Could be possible. You never know. Brewed for life. Also, I find it strange that we're going to have the Over the Limit pay-per-view, a pay-per-view with a new, that has a new name, and yet it has no gimmicks attached to it, or no match stipulations attached to it, so why change the name in the first place? And it's kind of ironic that the pay-per-view takes place on May 23rd, which is the 11th anniversary of Owen Hart's death, May 23rd, 1999. And at that, that pay-per-view was Over the Edge, and now 11 years to the day, we have Over the Limits. I just find it strange that they would retitle it. So similar to Over the Edge, and then not really have any reason to. Why not just keep it as Judgment Day? So I thought it was strange and kind of unnecessary. Last night was the Ring of Honor show, and at the Grand Ballroom at the Manhattan Center. I went. It was a lot of fun. The Motor City Machine Guns versus Kings of Wrestling match was really great, and I didn't even have a problem with the finish, really, with the disqualification of the Briscoe brothers. I thought that match was really awesome. A lot of near falls, a lot of high-flying action that was not repeated so much, because I was a little disappointed in the Tyler Black, Roderick Strong match, just because, a lot of the moves kept being repeated, and the crowd was very pro Roderick Strong, and, the outcome was a little disappointing. But it was great seeing Balls Mahoney come back. Right now, I believe it's rumored to just be a one-day appearance, but, I mean, it was great seeing him back when his music hit. I was jumping. Who else? Awesome Kong, Amazing Kong, I should say, returned. And I got to meet a lot of the wrestlers, too. Jim Cornette signed a DVD of mine. Christopher Daniels signed a DVD of mine. Amazing Kong gave me a hug. That was great. She's really nice, really cool. Austin Aries, we saw him after the show, and he was still in character, still doing the whole heel thing, and he's a really cool guy too, and he's really passionate, and you can tell that he likes to interact with people, fans and things like that, which is really cool. Christopher Daniels too is a real class act, and he's really humble, and he had a great match with Eddie Edwards. It's good to see him back in ROH. And Kevin Steen versus Cole Cabana. Cole Cabana was really cool too. I met him after. He was very kind. That was a really good match. Some highlights would be the spine buster. Excuse me. Spine buster on the ladder, which was rough. You can see the back of the head was really screwed up, really cut up, lacerated pretty bad. The barbed wire, the crippler crossface with the barbed wire bat was rough. Thumbtacks were in there, the ladder, we had tables. It was exciting, it was a lot of fun. And Kevin Steen, I think, is really a, Mr. Wrestling. I think he's an underrated talent. I think he's really, really strong. I was a little disappointed. The second half of the show was admittedly better, as I guess is expected for the most part, usually, after the intermission. But there was definitely, the Rhett Titus match was with the Briscoe brothers and stuff, was really strong as well. But really, the main ones to see for this show is Motor City Machine Guns and the Kings of Wrestling versus the Kings of Wrestling, I should say, and Kevin Steen versus Cole Cabana. And Christopher Daniels, Eddie Edwards is also a really good match. Should also probably come across even better on TV. I mean, how they filmed it with the cameras, I guess, because I was on the floor, and there was a lot of high-flying moves, and it was really a fun show. They said it was pretty much sold out. I saw some empty chairs, but you don't know how many of those people, because it's a very tight space, so you don't know how many of those people who just stood up and was walking around the room. Also came across it's like a whole big environment with a bunch of fans, and everyone knows each other somehow. And I met some YouTube guys that I was big fans of, like Monoxide, Big Mike, Crazy Mike, I should say, Big Mike, Crazy Mike, Monoxide, and some other YouTubers that I'm really big fans of. And it was just a really cool, collaborative feel. And it was a really enjoyable show. And the next one's September 11th. And Terry Funk will be there. Jim Cornette told us. That's it. Definitely support them. If you don't have HDNet, which, does anybody have HDNet? I don't know. ROH Brazil is the YouTube channel. Subscribe to them. They upload the new HDNet episodes every week. Sometimes they're a little slow with the quickness of how they upload the episodes, but they will get there. And they're definitely worth checking out. And I almost forgot to mention, I was so happy to see El Generico back, and then it turned out not to be El Generico last night at the show. Steve Corino's son, which is very creative and very funny. And there's, if there was ever a swerve, that was one to do, and that was, it left the fans confused, but also laughing, because that's how creative it was. But it's really cool. Alright, so that's me signing out. What else? Boston just beat Cleveland, NBA playoffs, and now it's tied 2-2.